I would like to reiterate on the point that experiential approach is the way forward. It's not just about technology, it's not just about the platforms that we are using. In Adobe, we strongly believe that experience is what paves the way forward. And day in and day out, we've strived to deliver experiential approach to most of our customers. So as an organization, you might know us more as a PDF or a Photoshop company, but we do more than that. We are leaders in the digital media and digital marketing technologies, empowering most of our customers across the world in different industry verticals, both from government, entertainment, BFSI, and a whole host of manufacturing industries all across the world. Primarily, we've been helping customers move and take leapfrog in both delivering digital experiences on design, web, video, e-learning technologies all across. So let's take a sneak peek in terms of what's happening around the world from an overall digital engagement standpoint. What's the core focus from most of the boardrooms that are doing rounds on digital as an area? So if you were to look at most of the engagements that are happening from a transformation as a word, transformation as a core area, the top three focus points have always been around digital transformations. It's a growing chorus, not just in the IT industry, not just in media and entertainment, but across various industry verticals, including government, banking, and financial sectors as such. Now, if I were to look at what does the digital transformation typically mean, and how does it impact every single industry, and how does it impact every single consumer across, application of it has got myriad benefits to the customers, myriad benefits to business-to-business users, myriad benefits to educational institutions and B2I customers, so to speak. Innovation and creativity enablement is the core of it at the end of the day. If you were to look at a quick look at how industry has evolved in 2018, every single user today, every single citizen today in our country is more or less online. It's not just the traditional roti kapda makan, it's now roti kapda makan and mobile, right? There is no looking back on that. Now, if I were to look at the drivers behind these, it's largely the connected consumers, how different points and touch points in the data era and the digital era are exploding. And every industry is forced to look at adoption in this area. And it's an era of digital disruptions. And at Adobe, we are driving these experiences through digital mediums. Right from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, in different ways. Now, if I were to look at the last 10 years of evolution in the industry, particularly in the digital space, it started off with the ERP era, that's the back office aspect of it. Then we moved into the CRM aspect of it, which is, again, the front office. Now we are in an era of experiential wave. And a wave which is in a phase where people don't really care about the technologies. Yes, it's good to talk about it, but people are really bothered about what is in it for them. Unless and until it meets the ulterior motive of those individuals, people are not going to adopt it. And that's exactly where we are helping our customers to move forward. And there is a need now arising in every industry to adopt these skills all across. And it starts in various different ways. And I'll skip this slide, but in the best interest of time. But if I were to look at some of these skills that most of you in the educational space would like to adopt from a demand and supply standpoint, both globally and in India, some of them may look very common, very trivial, very simple to you, but at the same time, it's still not adopted. At the same time, students have not been equipped on this. Employers are struggling and grappling with the fact that most of these are not up to date in terms of qualifications from a digital skilling standpoint. Virtual reality. Today, virtual reality is a very big word, but how many of you do know that the number of permutation and combinations required to ensure that the content required to ensure every industry vertical is in the virtual reality space is very scarce. This is one of the top job requirements available in the market space. Similarly, on the UI and UX design space, Adobe is leading the space today in the user interface and user experience side of it. There's a huge requirement for professionals trained on these technologies. Technical writing, one of the largest bouquet of offerings that are available from Adobe. Second aspect of it is to do with the jobs that are available in the technical writing space, which are not generally processed by the word processing documents across, are in huge demand. And these are high-paid assignments as well. Digital architecture. Architecture has now gone into the complete digitization space, not just in terms of the documentation per se, but also in terms of ensuring that the landscaping, the way in which prototyping is done, and the whole host of offerings that they showcase to the potential customers, the way in which engineering drawings are done, have gone into the digital area. And one of our offerings in that space as well focuses on digital architecture as an area. Imaging, needless to say, most of us know us as a Photoshop as a verb today. Digital imaging is one of the key skill required, just like how you have any other traditional programs that you run in the colleges and institutions across. Web design and development, needless to say, but today is an era where people are talking about responsive web design. Unless and until there's a need that is created for a user to be on your website, being relevant at the right place at the right time, using any device connected anywhere, all your web engagements and web contents are of no meaning to the end users. So this is a sub-component in what is at large we call as a digital marketing engagement aspect of it, a very big area of development for most of the institutions to look at. Desktop publishing. E-publishing as an industry is one of the largest employers for students across in the current marketplace. And Adobe leads that space, less focused on, but very important area to focus on. Mobile app development, needless to say, most of you know the mobile app development aspect of it from a coding standpoint, but little do you know that it needs to be versatile across different platforms. Content creation on mobile app development also becomes equally important from a skilling development standpoint. Video editing and production. All of you would have seen various formats of games, VFX, special effects, your cartoons, and various formats of apps that you are using day in and day out are created using some of these creative technologies that we are referring to today. Film and TV post-production is a skill set. Another big area, we've seen a lot of movies which have been done using special effects, Bahubali being one of them, or a Robo that you just saw a small clipping on it. A lot of special effects that are done using our technologies. Skilling around these technologies are big occupancy areas. They are even recognized by the skill development corporations across in various countries, including ours. So coming to the main aspect of it, how do you grow digital in your institutions? So if I were to broadly categorize them, one of them happens to be running various formats of engagement plans within your respective curriculums, more so from project and engagement standpoint. Second aspect of it is you need to encourage entrepreneurship, allow them to fail, create new opportunities for them to look at, try and solving problems which are native to the respective geographical areas and raise to the local areas across, or raise to the problems that are prevalent over there. Last but not the least, you need to create very friendly environments. Friendly environments can be in various formats. It could be center of excellences, it could be formats where they go out to the respective societies and then try and address some of these, apply some of these problem areas to the technologies that are available across. And last but not the least, ensure that digital adoption is an elementary thing that is there between the professors or the tutors and equally with the students, and they are collaborated to one another irrespective of the time zones that they are working with. So coming to the main aspect of it, one quick slide from Economic Times for what would be the cost of not looking at creative skilling. A quick slide. This is a slightly outdated one from 2015-16, but still relevant in the current landscape. Most of the companies that you are seeing on the left-hand bottom corner and the institutions on the right-hand bottom corner have adopted these, and they've been moving very fast in terms of industry acceptance. Some of them have churned out very good entrepreneurs as well in the digital landscape as well. So coming to the main question, what can Adobe do in helping you support this transformation as an area? So we have an academy initiative, Creative Technology Academy. As always, we offer programs, help you to adopt some of these skilling initiatives by offering technology access, faculty development programs, and most important than anything, helping you develop certain credited and non-credited programs, identifying areas where you could look at improvement for your students depending on the lowest common denominator in your classrooms, and then various formats of engagements that are prevalent over there. So that's pretty much about me in the best interest of time. Thank you so much, and I hope to engaging with you all in your digital initiatives.